Hello and welcome back to another episode of Off the Shelf, even though I've got nothing to show you because lots of my products and services are digital or in person, but I wanted to have a chat about them, and today I want to talk about Speak Up. Speak Up is one of the things that I love to teach so much because I think speaking is so transformational for your business, your personal brand, for the opportunities, for the people that you would meet. And I also know it's so easy to hide or to want to hide behind a beautiful website or great photography. I mean, I am here in my grey joggers, so I'll just keep those out of shot. But it's true. And I think the thing is that people want to hear from you. If they're going to buy from you, they want to have that know, like, and trust factor. They want to be able to connect with you and have a real sense of who you are. Because once again, you want people to buy from you who are going to really benefit from what you have to offer. So speaking and showing up and being visible is a great way to do that. And another scenario I can give you is I love those moments when you go to places, and not that I'm getting recognized everywhere I go, but I know that sometimes when I'm on a speaking panel with somebody, I will always look the other speakers up, and I'm sure they do the same. And somebody once said to me, "Oh, you're exactly the same as your content," which honestly is the biggest compliment because we want to be that same person online and in person. Anyway, back to Speak Up. So I created Speak Up back in October 2019. I'd had my daughter earlier in the summer, and I also had done a gig, which I can't quite believe now, but it felt really good at the time, actually. I'll tell you more about that another day. But I'd done a gig with Stylist and Nat West, and it was a panel that I was part of. Luna was 10 weeks old, so my mum came along and they hung out in the green room and had goodie bags and all of that lovely stuff. We were so well looked after. And this panel was only half an hour, so it all felt a bit doable. But again, this is another part of it that because it was a speaking gig, it was a way that I could create income, even though I just had a baby. And what you'll find throughout these conversations is that there are so many opportunities for you to use speaking in a way that feels great. And also it's a really great cash builder as well. Sorry, cash builder sounds a bit 90s quiz show, but you know what I mean. Anyway, I was in a room full of women who wanted to find out more about money. I wasn't there as a financial expert. I was talking about personal branding. I was talking about negotiating. I was talking about designing packages and services and really helping people to look at their time and energy and their skills in a different way. And so often this topic comes up, especially when I'm in a big group of women. I'm not very good at public speaking. That's what they always say. "Oh, I could never stand up there. I could never talk in the way that you did." And I always question it and ask why, because surely if I can, you can. And ultimately, the thing with speaking is that, yes, there will be some people who are more naturally comfortable with it, I would say. Like there are some people who can pick up only because we're going through this at the moment. Like my daughter will say to me, can you draw a unicorn? And I know that I've got friends who can just like, yeah, of course, I'll draw you a unicorn. And look, it's hopping through a rainbow. And I just almost get completely stumped, like, right, I'm going to start with the horn. I don't really know where I'm going. And yet, because my daughter loves unicorns and chatting about them all the time, my unicorn drawing has got better. It's the same with public speaking. If you do this in a way that feels really good, if you work on it, if you build that muscle, the more you do it, the more you will move into a place and a space where you're like, oh, this is not so bad. One of the things that I think is so important is feeling good about what it is that you have to offer. And so when I came to build Speak Up, it was really about helping you to work through a structure where it didn't feel overwhelming of going, well, I just don't know how I would become a public speaker. I take you through step by step, but as you go through it, this is about you really picking and choosing and saying, oh yeah, I'm this kind of speaker, or this sort of email is the way that I would like to promote my services, or these are topics that I feel that I would really thrive. And likewise, you might have a reference point of like, oh no, that person is way too, she doesn't have enough boundaries. I would never speak in that way. So it's all bespoke, it's all tweaking, it's all going through it step by step. So what we want to do here is to really think about you and your brand and what your speaking goals are, essentially. Because some people will say, I want to be the best in the world, or, you know, male podcasters might say, I want to be the #1 personal development guru in the universe. And you're like, wow, okay, great, go for it. But there might just be some people who want to be in the conversation, to add in a couple of speaking gigs every single month and really change their income quite significantly. So there are so many different things that you can do. Also, once you've got your topics, your talks, your workshops, your messaging, all of it in place, honestly, it's unstoppable as to what you can do. And one of the things that I found over the years is that ultimately lots of my work has remained the same, but it's worked in different ways, in different scenarios. Almost like if you talk about denim, you know, a pair of jeans can look really kind of cool and street, or it can look very smart and chic, or suddenly if you do a double denim look, it's very different. So what I aim to do in Speak Up is really give you those foundations, so you feel like you are building on steady ground. And once you are doing that, you will have that sense of, okay, this feels steady. This feels like I can move forward, rather than being in this state of like, I don't know what I'm doing, I'm completely winging it, and I'm hoping for the best. Although that's kind of like a nice, sexy energy, I know personally I need to be in that grounded space. I need to connect with the work. I need to feel really good about it. And when I do, naturally, I'm going to want to do more of it. So it doesn't matter what industry you're in. It doesn't matter if you've done public speaking before or not, or you like it or not. This is about really building it out so it supports the next chapter of your personal brand and your business and the impact you want to have. There is 25% off at the moment of Speak Up. I can also do this in a strategy session with you. So if you would prefer to do this one-on-one and book some time with me and come with your questions, I give you pre-work in advance so you can really work through the things, and I can tailor the session to work towards you. Also, if you want to see me face to face, totally cool as well. I know some people are like, I don't want to do this on Zoom. I want to see you and make it happen in person. So wherever you're up to, if you've got questions, you can also send me a message via my messenger button and we can go from there. But equally, if you want to get cracking, just go to nickyraby.com/speakup and log in and get started. Lots of love. Bye.